Council meetings are long and boring. Wouldn't it be great if they were short and unboring? That is why I've invented the 5-minute meeting. All right, the Ashland City Council meeting of October 17th. This person, not here. I don't know why. For a good reason, I'm sure. And no commissions have enough people, so please subject yourself to the process and join a commission. Then, the art commission came to give a little speech about their stuff. The Gateway sculpture is getting ready to install. Is that the spot near the Shell station? I think so. The Starbucks walkway thing is starting. There's a sculpture there. There's a new sculpture in Bandersnatch. And there's a third thing that's happening. I don't know what that is. And then they're trying to get local artists some tips on how to get those cool state and federal grants for their projects. And then this guy said, arts are great. And then this one said, you guys do so much, it's amazing. People don't get it. I do, you're great. Then, the public forum. There's an old woman, elderly woman, SOS, seniors person said the senior center thing is sucking, and the parks and the city said they'd have a review, but it's BS. She was not happy. Next lady, older, also said that the senior center used to be great, but you fired the good staff. And then a local agitator, a recognizable figure, a regular, said clearing the forest is dangerous, and cars are loud, and we are connected to Japan. Then your favorite crazy gray-haired guy said, the biggest gas companies in Europe are selling all their gas stations, and solar is about to happen. And then this one said, hey, by the way, old people, Parks is in charge of all that old people stuff, so quit bugging us. Then, consent agenda. Some guy named Bates died, and he was a state legislator, so they all wanted to recognize him. That's very nice, very nice. And then they talked about the 3-night shelter that the city agreed to for the homeless that we have for the winter, and the city's trying to get out of it, I think. The attorney was talking about snow loads and other language and hippies leaving too much garbage, so we can change that language so we can not have the shelter because they're garbagey. And then this one said, hey, I think the city should get out of the shelter business. I mean, I'm all for helping the poor people in the shelters, but I want out. And then they all went, consent agenda approved. Whatever's on there. Consent agenda. There's lots of stuff. It just passed. And then the police chief said, we need a new emergency call center and really a police man cave is what he was asking for. And but it's been on the list. I'm kidding about the man cave thing. It's been on the list for 6 years. And he said they have the plans. It's shovel ready. It's going to cost $1 million. Let's do a bond. Come on. And then this guy said, maybe we can pay a different way than a bond. And then this guy said, hey, can't we borrow money from the water department? And then who else came in? Oh, this guy. This guy said, $1 million for a big empty building. That seems like too much money for that. And then the chief said, we really didn't shop her off the prices yet. And this guy said, hey, what else can go to that? Well, maybe we can do other stuff in that giant building. And then this guy said, hey, city guy that works in the city, what do you think? And then the city guy said, we shouldn't do a bond, we should just borrow money from the water department. And then they all went, let's talk about that later. And then, moving City Hall. That's a pretty big deal. And they said, well, we need a bond for that. None of this, borrowing from the water department. And the police call center, no bond. But the new City Hall, we got to get a bond. So TBD, FYI, and in the future, we got to knuckle in on that. And then public forum, somebody came up, a lady said, she said, hey, I know you guys are looking at the Briscoe School and the building and the park and whatever cockamamie plans you have, but don't mess that up with your dumb City Hall jamming in there, because that's a cool place, and don't mess it up. And then, so a city administrator. We have one that's been appointed. And oop, he left the room for this discussion. And he was appointed for the interim, but this guy said, made a big speech going, I love that guy. He should be our administrator till 2018. He's great. And then this girl said, hey, let's not propose an ordinance and keep him for 2 years. And then this one said, he said, this whole process is stupid. We need to find a real administrator and like a real council would do it, not this dumb way where we just hired the fire chief. And then this guy said, I like the fire chief guy as our administrator, but maybe we should actually advertise and not hire the fire chief, fire like a regular administrator. And then this guy said, come on, man, this John Carnes, he's the best. We've hired real administrators over the last 20 years, and they've all been kind of jerky. They don't understand Ashland. And then this guy said, he said, oh, I got an amendment. Let's keep John Carnes until we find a new guy, and then have John, our guy now, train the new guy. And then they all kind of talked about how can we trick John Carnes' fire department guy, who's now our interim guy, into training his own younger, cheaper replacement. It's like a bad sitcom. And then one of the city attorney guys said, what if John Carnes says, hey, F you, I'm not doing it? And they went, oh, well, that's a good question. And so they said, well, let's check with John Carnes, see what he wants to do, and then see if he'll go to the dance with us before I ask him to go to the dance. And if he says, no, I don't want to embarrass myself, I'll go to the dance. It was 45 minutes. And they voted, and guess what they voted? They voted nothing. They said, city attorney guy, maybe just try to see what's going on. And maybe you should ask what the city administrator thinks. Who is John Carnes? It was, so that's how that ended. And then they changed some legal language. There's no smoking within 20 feet from a restaurant. And then this one here said, not Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day. It was a big hit over at the campus. Love that. And then this one here said, we should see if Napa needs our help. Because people like wine. And then this one said, hey, boarding housing people had a thing, and they're great. And the mayor and Lemhouse, these two guys said, hey, the code enforcement people are awesome. I'm not certain why. Something must have happened. Great. And then, end of meeting. 5 minutes. You're welcome.